Well, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in to another video from Wah. There's something wrong with me. But with 13, give or take a few days, weeks left to go till plow day, what are we gonna do? Start a huge project. But it doesn't involve this thing. It involves this poor poor 1969 Suburban 12 that this is her good side too. She's seen better days. For one, see if I can, yeah, oopsie. And also, yeah. Oh, and ooh. See, I originally picked this up thinking I was gonna fix it up, but the more I look at it, the more I thought, why bother? So, for those of you who don't know, I have that 1864 Cub Cadet with a Predator engine on it, and every time I turn around, it's giving me a new issue. So I'm sick of it. So I'm stripping it apart, and we're gonna cram the hydrostatic transmission out of that into this. And we're gonna cram a 2-cylinder Kubota diesel in this. One of them dare tingers up there. And like I said, we only have roughly 13 weeks, I'm gonna say 12 to be safe, left till plow day at this point. And I plan on taking this to plow day, so we'll see how this pans out. But I'm gonna get this transmission ripped out of here, and we'll take her from there. All right, we just got 3 bolts on either side we gotta take out. We can drop this transmission out of there, hopefully right on my head. Oh, not here. Oh, here. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you dumbass, the upper bolts. Be right back. Don't worry, I got it. Okay. Hey, now the transmission should come out. Should. Don't actually quote me on that. Ooh, dick. Oh, wow. Wow, the technology on this is great. Wow, wait till you guys see this. This is just mint. It's out though. How do you hold your brake on a hose clamp? Definitely factory. All right, now I got some test fitting and whatnot to do. Stay tuned. Well, I would say I skipped recording any video to make some progress here. Basically, last time you saw this, I was fitting the Cub Cadet transmission in there. I think I was. And insert picture here. Yeah, that looks, it may not look like a fail, but it was. The top of the Cub Cadet transmission was hanging up on the hitch plate here, and since it's slanted, it was pushing the transmission forward farther than I need it to be. And so basically, it's not going to work with the Cub Cadet transmission. Now, when Hugh did his build with his big diesel Sears, he used a transaxle out of a Airings, which I have. And seeing as how we know that's going to work, I'm going to use that. And I decided, instead of doing that first, since we know that'll work, I'll do the engine first, because I don't yet know if I can fit it in here without stretching it for 100% yet, but I'm like 95% sure that I can. Did some measurements. We cut the metal part of the framework that goes up to the dash back to the dash, so I can tuck the radiator up here, which should give me enough room for a mechanical fan, and I still should be able to tuck the oil pan up to here, which it's supposed to be able to fit in here, which all I did was just cut out the top part of the frame up to, of course, this part of the reinforcement in the frame. Maybe we can even leave the mule drive functional. I don't know. I may end up having to notch the oil pan out for that, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So basically what I'm going to do now is put the front axle in, or bolt the front end back on, bolt the front axle in, and I'm going to start fitting the radiator and then fit the engine in, and we'll go from there. Stay tuned. Okay, so this is the radiator that came out of Bob's 982D. Well, the one I built, because this radiator turned out to not be big enough for the 3-cylinder, but it's the same radiator I have in my diesel cub, which is a 2-cylinder, and it's always been sufficient. So we're going to try it again in this one, because as you can see, it fits under where the hood will be, and I think this is about where it's going to sit. You can see it's going to fit below the grill, and in between, or below the grill, below the dash and the hood, and between the sides of the hood. And I think all we're going to do is just have a piece of flat stock that bolts here, and then bolts to the side of the radiator on either side. For some reason this side's bowed out. I think some junk got wedged down in between there where the two pieces of metal are coming apart. But that's what I think we're going to do. And then so I think I'm going to get something figured out here, and then we'll move on to mounting the engine. But that's probably not going to happen today, maybe tomorrow. But we'll see what we get done today. Well, after some welding and realizing that I needed to extend her just a bit, we fixed her up. And yes, I know that doesn't look straight with the what's left of the dash, but that's because my cut's not all that straight, so oh well. I don't claim to be the most the best guy out there doing this crap, but I give her the best shot I can. We got a welder on the inside there yet on the extensions, and I don't want to do that with the radiator in place. And what I'd also like to do is put a piece in here just to help give these a little extra support. So I'm thinking we'll take the same material I used for these and just put one up right in there, and we'll weld her all in after we remove the radiator. But oh, I also made the discovery that my dash is aluminum, which you can see here. Look at that. Okay, I'm not sure what if this is off a different model or what. Excuse me for a second here. Okay, so now that we got the dash slipped down on here where it's actually going to sit, you can see that the radiator cap will clear the hood, and like the way it looks, we're up tight against everything, how it's properly going to sit. And I believe if we take the tape measure and sit it there, I cut 12 inches out, and as you can see, that's going to give us some extra for a fan, because the engine's going to take up 12 inches, give or take. And it's all going to sit nice and pretty. So yeah, we'll pick up this tomorrow when I plan on trying to mount the engine. Stay tuned. Well, this took a lot more cutting than I figured. This extra here is so that the flywheel clears. This cut out here is so that I can fit the block down in between the frame rails. And I'm still not 100% sure that I'm going to be able to fit the oil pan 100% in between that, because it looks like this one wanders in some. But I don't know. Maybe we'll just take the porta power, put it in here, and we'll just give her a little squeeze. And then what I'm going to do, take this and whoops. I'll take this, and obviously it'll be cut right there, so I'll be able to pull it in back in there. But I'll put this in, and we'll weld it in and cut it down so that it's not protruding any farther than the rest of the frame is, so that way the frame's reinforced, because Lord knows this is going to be floppy, especially right there. But we'll probably only bring it up to here, and then I might end up cutting more out of it down here and plating it here, because I need this extra room for the flywheel. But insert pictures here. You can see from the one side how it looks like a drive shaft's going to clear the radiator all right, and the flywheel fits down in there and it looks all nice. And here's the other side, just for the fun of it, but it looks like it's going to fit all right. So yeah, we'll keep working on this, but I'm petered out for today. So I think, though, that we're going to wrap this video up here, because this is getting pretty long-winded, and we'll make this a couple part series, like all the builds anyway. So here's part one, wrapping up. Hope you guys enjoyed it so far, and we'll of course keep working at this and still trying to get it done for plow day. But I thank you so much for watching, and like I say, I hope you enjoyed, and until next time, take care.